Yoga for everybody with Meditation Mother.
Hi everyone, this is Kim Goyette, your meditation mother, coming to you live from Sopot, Poland. We're all the way up near the Baltic Sea, as you can see behind me, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is a small town with a lot of charm, and we're so lucky to be here. This is the most north we're going to get on our trip around the world. And we're slowly making our way back to the west, and we're just in a few weeks we'll be making it home. I was talking with my husband the other day, and we were talking about how weird it's going to be to transition back to our real life. And I thought about all the fears that might come up during that transition, just like any other fears that come up when you're moving from the known to the unknown. So I thought today's practice would be all about getting over the fear. And one of the perfect postures that we can do to help us overcome fear is crow pose. Now, don't run away if you've never done crow. I'm going to show all kinds of forms that will help you to really engage your body to make it a successful pose for you. So let's get going by warming up a little bit. We're going to start with a centering breath. Gently close the eyes, bring the hands to heart center, and just start to tune into your breath, entering and leaving the nose. Nice inhale, expanding, lift the low belly up towards the chest. Exhale, softening, noticing the belly softening. One more inhale here, lift the belly up towards the ribs lift up towards the chest. And then exhale, softening here. Good, gently close the eyes. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see a little bit better. We're going to inhale, arms sweep up, soft gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, soften, fold, bend the knees generously, relax the back of the head. Separate your feet nice and wide for this forward fold. We're going to be here for a few minutes. On an inhale, slide your hands halfway up. Lift the low belly, just like we did in centering. Lift the low belly up towards the ribs. We're going to come back to that later on when we're preparing for crow pose. That lift, the low belly lifts up, the ribs lift up towards the chest, creating a hollowness in the low belly. And then exhale, soften, fold, and relax the back of the neck. Let's try that again. Inhale, come halfway up, creating that tabletop lift. Lift the low belly up towards the ribs. Soft gaze down towards the earth, lengthening, tuck the chin just a little bit to lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, bend the knees, soften. Good, stay here. We're going to turn the toes out wide. Get them as wide as you need, and we'll come into a squat position. So if squatting is not for you, you can put a block underneath your bottom to help you, whatever feels good for you. I need to lift my heels. If you don't need to, that's fine. So whatever is good for your body today. We'll be in squat. You can stay here, or you can press the elbows to the inner thighs and then bring the hands to heart center. Lift the chest up, lift the belly. Again, everything lifting up. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Relax, plant the hands, point the toes forward, heels back, fold forward, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, keep the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to go through that again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, soften the knees, nice wide feet, relax the back of the neck, look in between the legs. Good, inhale, come halfway up, lift the low belly. Really creating that space, and then exhale, soften the fold. Point the toes wide if you need to. Lift the heels, get into that squat position. Elbows come to the inner thighs wherever you are. Support yourself in any way you need to, and then if you want, you can lift the chest, press the elbows wide, lift the head. Good, roll the shoulders back, chest leads right here. It's like someone's pulling into your heart center and lifting up. Good, plant the hands, point the toes forward, forward fold, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's try that again. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold, soften the knees, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, slide halfway up. Lengthen everything from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. Exhale to fold. Good, bend the knees, lift the heels if you need to. Knees nice and wide. Bring your elbows to the inside and maybe push a little bit wider. Open up the inner thigh for just a moment, stay here. And then keep that resistance. The knees are pushing back towards the elbows push against the knees, rise up. Good, you got it. Lift the chest, lift. Draw the chin in. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Awesome, exhale, plant the hands. This time we'll step back into a plank pose. Good, shoulders are over the hands, belly draws in, roll the shoulders back, chest comes through the shoulders. Come down to hands and knees, elbows point back, slowly lower all the way down onto the belly. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Slide the hands back, elbows point up. Start to engage the triceps by isometrically dragging the elbows and the hands back. Good, feel those triceps turn on. Press your pelvis into the mat. Notice where your gaze is. It should be down at the earth right now. Start to lengthen through the crown of the head and then lift with the back of the head. Roll the shoulders back. Good, so we're gonna be coming back to this exact form when we do crow pose. Notice your chest is forward of the shoulders, your head is lifted, and where's your gaze? It's forward. If we look down when we do crow, that's where we're going to end up. So we want to lift the head. Good, draw the chin in, gaze out front where we want to be to help with our balance. Good, push back to hands and knees, all the way to child's pose. Lengthen the arms. Take a deep breath into the armpits, expand from right to left, inhale. Exhale, soften the chest. Good. Push into hands and knees, curl the toes. Good, into a down dog. Look in between the legs. Walk the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, we'll try this one more time. Inhale, arms sweep up. Lift the low belly up towards the ribs. Exhale, folding forward, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, slide the hands halfway up, lift. Everything moving up towards the crown of the head. Exhale, soften. Good, toes turn wide, heels lift up. Bring the elbows to the inner thighs. Press the thighs into the elbows, lift the chest if you'd like, use support if you need it. Good. Chest is lifted, chin tucks in, lengthen through the back of the neck. Exhale to fold, point the heels and toes forward, relax the back of the neck. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Good, elbows point back, you can stay here or come down to knees. Bend the elbows, slowly lower all the way down. Nice, slide the hands back to 90 degrees. The elbows are at 90 degrees. Press the pelvis into the mat. Allow the head to reach forward, then lift with the back of the head. Notice where your gaze is. This is exactly the point that you want to be at when we're doing crow. Good, chest in front of the shoulders. Awesome, push back. To hands and knees, down, child's pose, forehead to the mat. And then come back to hands and knees, and we're going to come to seated on the knees if it's comfortable or any form. So I'm going to walk you through the postures that get to crow, but two huge points that helped me because I had a lot of fear in doing this posture. I always thought I was going to fall forward on my face and crash and land, crash and burn. But what helped me was my gaze and the lift of the low belly. So we already practiced that lift. It's so important. Everything, the low belly's moving up towards the ribs are moving up towards the chest. So everything's rising up and in. But the most important thing is your gaze. If you look down, which so many of us do when we try this practice, that's exactly where you're going. So you want to have that arch in your back like we did in Cobra and have your gaze out front. That's going to allow your butt, your head to balance the weight of your butt essentially. So let's practice together. You can do any form, you can kind of just play with it. We're gonna make a platform with our triceps, very similar to what we did in Cobra where it was at 90 degrees, somewhat similar. So let's plant the hands in front of us, spread your fingertips out nice and wide, get a lot of surface area. We'll come into that squat position. The heels are lifted if it's comfortable. Sometimes people like to put blocks underneath the feet to raise the hips up a little bit easier, whatever you need to do today. We'll start by lifting the hips up really high. Start to create that suction feeling with the low belly. The low belly lifts up towards the ribs, and then begin to bend the elbows generously because we're going to create a platform with the back of the arms. The higher you can get the knees to connect with the armpits or the upper arms, the better for you. It's a little windy here today. There we go. So we're going to lift up, connect the knees with the armpits, and then start to lean into it. Where's my gaze? It's not down. If I look down, that's exactly where I'm going. So I want to look up and out. Look straight ahead. Lift the low belly. Allow your chest to lead in between the shoulders. And then you can play with that weight a little bit. So this is where it gets challenging. Our fear. We need to get over the fear. We can find that balance point. And then just one more inch forward. Lift, look, look. Maybe play with a toe lifting up or another toe. Or then engage just a little bit more. Move towards your fear. And there you have it. Good. So you can play with that a little bit more. Let's try it one more time. Good. Lift the hips up. Lean forward. Plant those knees to the back of the arms. You have to have your arms bent in order for this to create a platform. Lean. Look. Look. Lift one toe. Woo, maybe another. And there you have it. Awesome job. Play with that on your own. It's that one fraction of an inch forward, that veil that you need to push through in order to get through your fear that's going to get you into that balance point of ease. And once you're there, you're going to realize how easy it is to do balanced postures with very little effort. Let's take this all the way down. Extend the legs. Good. We'll grab onto the backs of the thighs, flex the feet, roll the shoulders open. Very nice. And relax the shoulders down. Bend the knees, separate the feet, grab the backs of the thighs. Inhale, lift, roll the shoulders. Exhale, round in like a cat. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, we're going to take it all the way back. I'm going to scoot forward a little bit, but you can take it all the way back. Slowly lower onto the earth. Let's bend the knees, arms along your side, feet and knees come together. Allow the knees to open wide into a diamond pose. The bottoms of the feet connect. Good. Just relax the legs out wide. If you need a cushion or a blanket underneath each leg, feel free to prop yourself in any way. Good. Arms come along the side, palms face up. Relax and release the shoulders. Good. Allow the chest to fall more towards the earth. Soften the breath. Noticing your hip flexors, release them. Any gripping, surrender. The low belly. Just taking note of the body and the mind, where you're at today. And then start to invite your breath in a little more slowly, wiggling the fingers, rotating the wrists. You can lengthen the legs, bring the knees together, legs lengthen down below you. If you want, reach the arms overhead. Take a deep inhale from fingertips to toes. Exhale out with a sigh. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side. Make your way all the way up to seated. Good. We'll finish with a little bit of breath work. You can get into any comfortable seat for you. Bring your hands to heart center. Gently close the eyes. Good. Draw your chin in just a little, lengthen through the back of the neck. Lift your heart strings up towards the thumbs, up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders softly down. Good. And then pressing the thumbs right into the center of your heart. Let's bring awareness to something that you may have a little fear over. Good. It can be anything you sense is blocking you to move towards it. Let's drop that vision right into the center of the heart and take a deep breath. Expand as wide as you can, all the way to the top of the breath, creating room for that fear to move in and through you. Exhale, release with a sigh out the mouth. Good. Inhale, expand. Exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Allowing everything to move through you. Drop the thinking mind towards the feeling heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm Kim Goyette, your meditation mother. If you'd like to be the first to receive weekly videos, please subscribe to my YouTube station at Yoga with Meditation Mother. See you next time.